Hello, and welcome to Adobe Sparks 101. In this tutorial, I will be walking you through all of the functions you need to create a flyer. Now let's get started. Once you're logged into your Adobe Sparks account, you're going to click on the blue Create a Project button, and you're going to choose the Flyer option. When your flyer is open, the first thing you will want to do is name your project. To do this, click on where it says My Post and type in your flyer name. On the right-hand side, you have all the tools you will need to design your flyer. The first step in creating your flyer is to decide the layout. Are you making a collage, infographic, or a flyer for an announcement? When the Templates tab is engaged, it will automatically be linked to the Adobe Sparks template library. This is a wonderful tool for people like myself who are not great designers and could use a starting place. You can search for templates such as infographic, or a collage in the search bar. When I first introduced my students to the flyer template, they were all asked to use the same template for the assignment. I asked students to choose 4 photos that represented their communities and change the banner to their name and the word community and add 1 icon of their choosing. You can find these examples of student work in your Google Classroom listed under Adobe Sparks Examples Collage. Once you have your template, you're going to double click on the template and you're going to hit the Create button. Now you can start designing your project. This is a template very similar to the one I used for the collage activity. For that assignment, students had to first change their words to their name and the word community. To change the text, double click on the text and type what you would like to change it to. Keep in mind there are more customization tools for text and we will get to them later, but for now let's keep going. The next step my students had to complete was to replace the 4 photos that were in the templates with ones that represented their community. To do so, you click on the photo you wish to replace, then click on the image icon that's to the left of the trash can. Once you do that, the toolbar on the right will change to the Unsplash photo library. This is where you can search for the images you are looking for, or if you would like to use your own image, simply click the back button on the top left-hand corner. This will take you to another menu where you can choose to upload images from your computer drives by selecting the Upload Photo button, or you can upload images from your Adobe Creative Cloud, Lightroom account, or connect to Dropbox, Google Photos, or Google Drive. Once you have found the photo that you would like to use, simply double click it. You can move the photo within the frame by dragging it with the hand, or you can click on the tabs to increase the size within the collage. If you wish to add another image to the collage, you can click the gray plus button, select photo, and then you will have the option to add to the collage or move freely. If you add it to the collage, your picture will be added to the frame to keep the collage template. If you add move freely, your picture will be placed on top of the collage, able to move freely without being in the collage. I'm going to hit add to collage. If you wish to delete the photo, simply select the photo you would like and hit the trash can. So I'm going to delete the cell because I want this to have only 4 pictures. So when you delete this, you have the option to delete the cell or delete the content. If I want to keep this frame but change the photo, I'm going to hit delete the content. If I want to delete the cell altogether, I'm going to click delete the cell. Almost there. Great. Now this is what I asked my students to do. Simple. We had 4 pictures, we changed the name, and we added the word community. If you'd like to stop the video, you feel like this is enough, go ahead and stop here. But we're going to get into some more customization options. Let's go back to the name banner. When you click on the text, you will see the text menu options appear. First, you will see the font family, where you can choose the different fonts that you would like for your creation. Next, you have the alignment tools. You can line it left, you can line to the center, the right align, or a capitalization fit. Below that, we have the size button, which allows you to increase or decrease the size of your text. And then we have the letter spacing option, which does just that. Opacity also allows you to make your text more transparent if you so desire. And the order will put it behind objects or in front of objects. To change the color of the text, you will click on the color icon to the right. Please notice that the nice folks at Adobe Spark have included color scheme patterns to help with the aesthetics of your project. The next tool you can use is the shape tool. Right now my text has no backing shape, but if I start to click on the different options, you can see background shape around the text changes. If you want to add shadow, outline, or cutout to your text, you're going to hit the effects. And finally, my absolute favorite part of Adobe Sparks is the style wand. Remembering that I have very little artistic skill, this tool is my ticket to posing as a graphic artist. Simply select the text that you would like to use, hit the style wand, and move the green circle around in the big black circle. And this will give you Adobe Spark suggestions on how to design your text that best suits your flyer. So much fun, right? Now that we've seen how to customize a text, let's see what our image options are. I'm going to select a photo that I want to modify. And the first option we have is a scale option. This does not change the focus of the picture, but enlarges it or decreases the size of the picture. Next is a rotation option, which does just that. Maybe I want it to be a sideways tree. You have the option to flip horizontally or vertically, and then the option to move freely. If you move freely, this will take the photo out of your collage. Next, we have the filter option. You can apply different filters to the photo of your choice. You can make it a grayscale, darken it, contrast, and you have the option to also blur your photo as well. And the last option we have, if you do not want a photo, you have the option to color fill. And it's just that. You're going to pick the color, it's going to fill that space, all of that color. The last thing we want to do is add an icon. You're going to click on the gray plus symbol and you're going to click on the icon. We're going to add a pencil icon to ours. Once the icon is here, you have a few options. Again, you can change the opacity, make it more transparent or more predominant. You can send it backwards within your frame, you can send it forward, you can flip the icon, you can also play with its size by using the circle tabs. The last thing you can do for the icon is change the colors. Great, once you have your flyer or your collage just as you want to do it, you want to be able to share that. Or once you're done with your project, you want to make sure that this is named the correct name, My Flyer Demo 1, and now I'm going to hit the share button. Once I hit the share button, I will be given the option to publish or to invite. I want to publish, and you can see on the publish options, we can go to social media, Google Classroom, email, or link. Once you hit one of these options, you're going to have publish options appear. This is where you're going to want to go ahead and pick a category. Are they going to share your name or not? And then you can upload the link. Once you have the publish options set, you can now use this link and copy and paste it or go to Classroom, email, link, or Twitter. I hope this was helpful and have fun creating.